How would you assess how your team approach was, how you guys showed up for this one tonight?
I thought our approach was good. Our focus was good. We knew they were going to be really physical, really aggressive, and they were going to try to get going, and they did. They did. They threw the first punch, and we got down 20 early, and then we tried to, run from behind the whole game, which I thought we did a lot of great things tonight, but it just wasn't enough to catch them.
Rudy, the ball movement and player movement in game one was so good, and it seemed to be lacking tonight. Just what did you think contributed most to that stagnancy that we saw, especially early on?
I think starts with us, obviously, but also we get to watch film and see some of the things that they did to try to force us into more ISOs and try to force us into having a low assist game. And we be better game three. I think it felt like they weren't as helping on my rolls and when I was low on the dunker spot. But sometimes you got to watch film and see exactly what's happening.
Rudy, you guys have had some pretty massive comebacks this season. Is this a more difficult team to dig a big hole against?
They're a really good team, and I thought we had the opportunities to make a couple runs, but we couldn't get the little stop we needed or get the bucket that we needed to cut it down to 6. But we cut it down to 9. So we once again it's against a good team when you get down 20, it makes it harder on yourself, and then everything that's happening throughout the game, it makes it. Like a lot of times we had an opportunity to make a run, but something happens and that cut that run short.
Rudy, it seems like Luka's sweet spot is when he gets past the perimeter defense and gets in that short mid-range area where he's trying to make you commit or not commit. That was really effective for them in the first quarter, and it began to shut off in the second and third. What was it? Did you make adjustments, or was the perimeter defense better? What was it that improved as the game went on?
I thought we were just opening up way too much in the first quarter, especially myself. Like just giving him a straight line drive, which in basketball makes it hard. You give him too much of an advantage. So we just try to guard him a little more naturally, in the second half, and try to force him into tougher shots. I thought we did a much better job.
When you say give him a straight line drive, does that mean you come out and commit a little too much and then he has the angle?
I mean, I'm opening my feet too much when it just has a straight line drive. He doesn't even have to make a move to drive to the basket. So I had to clean that shit up, and we did that, and then we try to make it not as easy for him to go down here and try to make him work. And obviously he's gonna be able to still create and still be who he is, but try to make things a little more difficult for him.
Oui, salut Rudy. Est-ce que tu peux nous raconter comment est-ce qu'on fait pour contrôler une équipe avec deux superstars comme LeBron et Luka? Et à titre individuel, comment est-ce que tu as vécu ta soirée?
In French or English? In French or English?
In French.
French. Okay. Il faut les faire travailler. Il faut essayer de les limiter. Ce sont deux joueurs qui sont différents, mais c'est deux joueurs qui sont très intelligents. Donc, c'est à nous d'essayer de les pousser dans leur retranchement, essayer de les fatiguer aussi, essayer de les attaquer aussi de l'autre côté du terrain, et puis en défense, être physique. Voilà, essayer de les forcer à faire des erreurs, à prendre des shoots difficiles. Et c'est un effort de longue durée. Ça se fait pas en une possession. Le but, c'est au fil du temps essayer de les épuiser.
In those defensive possessions where you get isolated on either Doncic or Reeves or any one of their guards, how have you felt like those possessions have gone for you?
I I gotta look at the numbers. I think some of the time they score, some of the time I think I did a pretty good job. I don't know. You must know better than I do the numbers, but you know, there's always things that I gotta do better, or we gotta do better. But overall, you know, as a defender, that's what I enjoy. You know, I enjoy guarding the best players in the world, and I always embrace that challenge.
It's tied 1-1. What's just your mindset as you go back to Minnesota?
I mean, I really want to watch film, see, you know, get a better understanding of what happened tonight, and just recover, you know, and get back to work and bring the energy for Game 3.
It does seem like when you guys are bringing your best energy, it starts on the defensive side of the floor. You know, historically, you talk about yourself a little bit individually, defensively, and I think you guys have had 2 good defensive games overall. But what can be better about the defense as a team in Games 3 and 4?
I thought tonight we had a couple more breakdowns defensively. You know, a couple more things that we did that kind of like outside of who we want to be, and those happen when we're kind of like down 20, and we I wouldn't say we lost our mind, but we got a little distracted at some point, a little frustrated, and you know, and those plays we got to make sure they don't happen regardless of the score. We got to be able to be consistent in what we do, and when we do that, you know, I thought we weathered the storm, but I think we could have done a better job, even like, you know, being even more consistent and get a chance to come back in this game.
One more. Rudy, the other night you guys 21 or 42 from 3, 5 of 25 tonight. Just early, it looked like the offense was just stagnant from deep. Guys would even pass up open shots. Where was the energy? Why was this so low? Was it something schematically that the Lakers were doing tonight, or was it a game plan you guys say we're going to attack different tonight? But it just seemed like night and day from today night to tonight as far as the 3-ball being lifted up tonight.
That's a great question. I think watching film would give us a lot of these answers. The way it felt tonight is, I mean, they were really physical, and it felt like we were a little more reluctant. Is that a word? Reluctant to make the extra pass a little bit sometimes, and sometimes to just take the shot, you know, and maybe they did a better job also of, you know, finding out to the shooters and leaving the bigs or leaving the paint a little more open, you know. So, you know, it's hard to judge from just, you know, not watching the tape. So I think we have those answers.
Thank you.